So today's practice is fun. I hope you enjoy, and we will just do what we can as we move through. So we're going to start right now, a brief child's pose. Let your knees go wide, your big toes come together. And your arms can be reaching back, which I actually really like. It's more of the traditional child's pose. For some reason doesn't feel good for you, you dump anything that doesn't work. That's how this stuff works. Arms can just reach back, forehead rests, your seat softens. And if you're able to shut your eyes, that's great. And if that bothers you, then just find something on the ground to focus on. And then just connect to a nice smooth breath. Inhalation is through the nose. Exhalation is also through the nose. And really letting the process of this practice help you let go of something, of thoughts, of feelings, of anything, worries, concerns, in this next hour that we spend together. Slide your arms forward, from the traditional child's pose to more what we normally do actually. Arms reach forward, palms anchor. There's a lift of your forearms. Good. Press up onto all fours, tabletop. I bring my hands in a little bit closer for tabletop position, so the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. I'm going to curl my toes underneath and have the knees directly underneath the hips. Slide the right leg back, curl the toes into the mat, and just fire up the right thigh, such as this. Very basic pose. The navel draws into the back of the spine. The sides of your triceps begin to fire up. Your neck is neutral, just looking to the front edge of your mat, and you just pause. Yeah. Float the right leg up. Yeah. Hip height, ideally. We don't want to open our hips here. Lengthen and stretch your left arm forward like we're shaking hands, and just pause. And sometimes just finding basic balance such as this can be difficult. So just, kind of roll with it. Connect to your breath. Keep the lift of your right leg. Reach your left arm back like you're swimming. Bend your right leg in half. This may be where you stop if any shoulder issues. This is totally fine. Reach for the ankle, get hold of it, and kick up and back. So do everything in steps. You can feel exactly what you're doing, and you go to the right spot. The thigh stays down towards the ground, the hips are squared, and give a little bit more energy into your hand. Keep the neck neutral. You may waver a little to the right and the left, that's totally fine. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Hand and knee come down to the floor. Just pause. So nice and slow, curl the toes. You can stay here. Fire up the thigh. Just feel that. Reach the right arm forward like we're shaking hands. Keep your gaze on one spot. Float the leg up. So now the arm and the leg are just floating in space. Plug the right hand down a little more, the left hand down a little more, and feel the outer tricep begin to fire up. Keep the navel drawing in. Reach the right arm back. Bend at your knee crease and pause. This could be where you stay. If you have a shoulder injury going on or just feels tight, this is cool. Just activate and pause here. If you'd like to grab the ankle, if that's in your reach, get hold of the foot and kick up and back. Keep the thigh facing towards the ground so the hips don't open. Neck is neutral, and your focus just is on one spot. Just let the breath kind of roll. Give your hand a little bit more energy from your foot, from your thigh. And then reach and stretch in opposite directions. Find extra space. Hand and knee back down to the ground. Walk your hands forward about an inch. Yes. Maybe widen them a little bit, so the width of the mat, close to that. Curl the toes into the mat and start to lift your hips up for your first down dog. Walk out your feet. I find that we need a pretty big downward facing dog, taking up quite a bit amount of space on the mat. Your heels may be not flush to the ground. The knees may need to be bent a lot, but lift your hips up off your shoulders and plug down. Let your head go. Let the belly draw in and the ribs begin to hug in a little. Firm up the sides of your arms as you plug down to create more space and more length. The back side of your legs lengthen. Continue to breathe your hips up off your shoulders. You got it. So there's a gentle movement of your shoulders away from you. These look really nice. Yeah. Stay with it. So it's an active pose. Yeah. Roll forward to a plank position. Find the appropriate distance for yourself. Stack yourself. So your shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, and ideally you want your weight all the way on your tippy toes so the extension of the crown of the head moves forward. If this is just not right for today, drop your knees and give yourself some TLC. Contract the thighs. Half the battle of the yoga practice is listening to your body and what you need. This practice is about you. Plug down for more energy. Hold. A lot of good breath running up and down the spine, up and down the body as you can maintain. And you focus on one spot so you can just stay energized and engaged. A little longer. Another big breath in. Nice work. Hips up and back, downward facing. Most likely your hands and feet have found their place. Roll forward to a plank position. Fix your eyes forward. Bend your elbows in half to a chaturanga, or drop your knees if you need support this morning, or omit if you're skipping push-ups. Re-straighten your arms to a plank position. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. So just like that again, roll forward plank. Modify with the knees down if you need. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga, support. Keep the neck neutral. Re-straighten your arms, plank. Hips up and back, downward facing, spread your toes wide. Roll forward plank position. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Lower all the way to your belly, pause. Good. So you're gonna go ahead and reach your arms straight back like a set of airplane arms. Palms are gonna go down. Left leg is gonna stay long. Right knee is gonna bend up. The foot is gonna flex. Keep pressing the palms down into the ground. Keep the neck long. So the shoulder blades lift up off the ground. If you can go and grab your ankle with both your hands, do that. If it's only one hand, that's fine. If you need the strap, you wrap it around your ankle. If you can get not hold of your ankle, just reach your arms back like you're swimming and flex your right foot strong, but make sure your right leg is not winging out. So you're gonna get hold of your ankle, you're gonna draw your shoulders down your back, lengthen the left leg, keep the left leg down, and just give a little energy into your hands. So it's a psoas release and a thigh stretch. Hugging the shoulder blades, keep the neck neutral, it's like a little up dog. Flex your right foot strong and kick up and back a little. Another big breath in. Exhale, release, let the head go. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Stretch your arms back. Palms go flat, palms go flat. Really lengthen. Keep the hands down for a moment. Bend your left leg in half. Flex your foot. Reach back, see if you can get hold of the ankle with one hand or maybe both. Good. There's a hugging of the shoulders. The right leg does not lift. It's gonna stay long. And you're just gonna kick a little into your hand. So the thigh is gonna lift a tiny bit. The hips are gonna square off. You're gonna hug the shoulder blades. There's a lift of your upper shoulders. Hold. Yeah, breathe right here. Another big breath in. Good, release the leg, release the arms, let the forehead relax. Slide the hands underneath you, set up for an up dog, press the tops of the feet down into the mat, and drag yourself through, pointing the tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. This does not feel good for you. Keep your thighs down for a minute. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Good. Hold on one sec, guys. There we go. Look where you want to go. Take 2 big steps to the top of the mat to arrive. Good. Long spine when you get there. Feet can be hips width distance this morning. Keep the weight forward and bend behind your knees. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Good, do that again. Come to the fingertips or hands on your shins. Keep that weight forward. Look forward a little. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up, stretch up big. Drag the hands to prayer at heart center, drop your arms. You may decide to practice with your feet hips width distance today or slide them together, you decide. Slide the arms up, sun salutation A. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up. Plant your palms, 2 big steps to get you back to plank. Yeah, bend your elbows in half for a slow push-up. Keep the neck neutral. Drag yourself through an up dog. Point your toes, activate your legs. Good, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Use this beginning part of the practice to really ground yourself. Look to the top of the mat, 2 big steps or a light float if you feel like it. Long spine on the inhale breath, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Drop your arms, stand still for a moment. Again, slide the arms up, look up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let the head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine, set yourself up. Plant your palms, 2 big steps to get you back, plank. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. Upward facing point. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. It should be light though if you arrive like that. Long spine. Exhale, fold over yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Hands to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Keep going. Slide the arms straight up towards the sky. Dive again over bent knees, forward folds. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Step or float through your vinyasa. So if you're gonna float back, bend your elbows in half, yes. Pull yourself through that strong up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing. Keep breathing your hips up off your shoulders. Plug your hands down into the mat. Look where you wanna go. Step or float, feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale breath. Keep that weight forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come up, anchor. Drag it down to the center, drop your arms. One more, arms reach big. Dive again over bent knees, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. It's almost like a little up dog in your chest. Plant your palms, step or float through your vinyasa. When you get to your downward facing dog, take a big breath in through your nose. A loud exhale breath out through your mouth. Roll forward to plank position, please. Yeah, outer triceps hug in. There's a pulling apart of your upper shoulder blades and a drawing in of your core. Outer hips hug in, outer thighs, outer ankles. Take your right leg, hug your right knee towards your navel and pause. Yeah, you can scoop out your belly and draw in a little tighter. Your arms are straight up and down though. Scoop out that lower belly and hug in a little closer. Now look forward with your eyes, land your right foot forward into a low lunge. If it wasn't so seamless, take your foot and kind of scooch it up there. Left fingertips will stay down now. Right arm will peel open into an easy twist. My suggestion, if your shoulders feel tight, slide a block underneath your bottom hand. Cut yourself some slack. Grip your right hip underneath you. Activate your back left leg super strong, like plank, and stack the 2 shoulders the best that you can. And then lastly, look up with your eyes. Feel the weight of your right heel. Press it firm into the mat. Connect to the feeling and let your breath take you where you need to go, whatever that means, wherever that's taking you right now. Twist a little more. Look down, place both hands to the floor. Just move your block to the side. Keep your right foot where it is. Turn your left foot on a strong angle. So you're setting your legs up for triangle. From the ground up, grab your right shin and begin to pull up into triangle pose. So if you need to adjust the stance and make it a little tighter and closer for lower back, Go ahead and do so. If you'd like to use a block, place it to the outside of your right calf. Any direction with that block. I like to grab the front of the shin and kind of feel like I'm moving the pant leggings. A lot of lift from your hip to your armpit, and stack the two shoulder blades. Look up with your eyes. This is not a back bend. Good. Side body strong, feet and inner thighs engaged, outer thighs hugging in. Connect to your breath, and then just find the posture and hold. Find more space through your upper shoulder blades as you lengthen your arms in opposite directions. Want to stay a drop longer. You guys look really good. Breathe. Press strong through your feet and legs. Pull yourself up to stance. Your arms are straight and your legs are straight, and your torso is facing towards the side of your mat, so you're not pivoting at all forward. Bend into your right leg. If you need to widen your stance for warrior two, kind of have to work that out. Right thigh drops, so it creates a 90-degree angle ideally. Right foot tracks left arch. Back leg is a little turn. Upper torso is nice and engaged and stacked. Breathe across the center line of your body. Open up and sit deeper. And then fix your eyes on one spot or close them and hold 5 breaths. Lengthen your tailbone. Turn up the inner part of your right thigh to the outside of your right baby toe. So there's a wrapping open. Anchor the left leg and sit deeper. It's just a feeling. It eventually goes away. It's just temporary. If your eyes closed, join us back with them open. Look forward. Reach out with your right hand. Place your hand to the outside of your foot. Arm can rest on the top of the thigh if you'd like less of an expression. Place your hand on a block any direction. This is a variation. Left arm's going to wrap forward for this one. Make a connection with your right leg outside of it to the inside of your right arm. Wrap the left arm forward. There's a turning of your baby finger, so your bicep turns. Nice, Susan. Left leg strong. Good. Hug your right hip underneath you. Turn your ribs towards the sky, and if you can, look up. And then check in. Are you breathing, or are you just praying for this to be over? Settle into the feeling. Grip that right hip a little bit more. Nice, Kristen. Hold. Three more. Ujjayi breath. Look down, place the hand to the floor, plant the left palm, turn to the outer blade of your left foot, set up for a version of Vashisthasana side plank. This top leg can be bent in half for a variation, or stack the 2 feet on top of one another for the more traditional side plank Vashisthasana that we know more. Lift the hip, reach up with the top arm, or slide your right arm up and forward if you want a little more. Hold. Spark up your toes, lift from that bottom hip, lift a little higher. Look down, plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Roll forward plank. Stack yourself up here. Look forward with your eyes. Take your left knee and hug it in towards your navel. So if you want more, scoop out your belly and draw in closer. Arms are straight up and down. You're pressing firm into the mat. Look forward with your eyes. Land your left foot forward. Set up for that easy twist. If you need a block, reach for it. If not, just tent the fingertips, slide the left arm up. So I find a lot of times if my palm, sometimes it feels good to do it, goes flat, it can be okay. You just want to make sure your shoulder doesn't roll in. So for a lot of us, just even being in the cold weather, we have a tendency to kind of collapse in. Grip your left hip underneath you. Feel the weight in your left heel. And stack your arms like they're in a side plank right now. Activate your back right leg real strong. It's like plank position. And then look up. Two more. Eyes go to the floor, both hands frame your front foot. Keep your left foot where it is. Turn your back right leg strong, like triangle pose, and begin to straighten out your left leg. Pull up on the front of the shin, reach for a block if that's most accessible for you. Turn the bottom ribs and then stack the right arm up. Look up with your eyes. So there is a feeling that you're leaning back, right? A little bit, but it's not a back bend. I must say, I'd rather you back out of the pose a little bit more than be in this too deep. Press firm through your feet and legs. Stay with it, a couple more. Press a lot through your feet, your inner and outer thighs. Start to pull yourself up, straight arms and straight legs. Make sure your torso isn't pivoting towards the front edge. It's open to the wide side. Bend into your left leg, warrior two. Yes, check your alignment. Your alignment is first and foremost. Left knee tracks over left ankle. Tailbone is dropping down. Arms are energetic in opposite directions. Fix your eyes and hold. Turn up the inner part of your left thigh to the outside of the baby toe. Anchor your right leg and use the strength of both your arms. Stay with it. This pose is all about mindset. Connect to your breath. Stay calm. Sit a little deeper. Keep the shape of your legs. Reach out with your left hand, slide it to the outside of your foot. Use a block if it suits you best, or rest your arm on the top of your thigh. Top arm can reach up and forward. Make a connection with the outer part of your left leg to the inside of the left arm. Turn your bottom ribs, hug your left hip underneath you, and wrap your right arm forward if you can. Look up. Use your breath right here. Two more. Doing great. Look down, set yourself up, pivot your right heel, take your right palm flat, roll to the outer blade of your right foot, and find your way into a Vashisthasana side plank. I will show the alternative here. Your left leg is bent in half, kind of in the center of your mat. This is a great option for side plank Vashisthasana. Two arms stack on top of one another. Stack your 2 feet, and just make sure your top hip isn't rolling open, it's stacked. Top arm can wrap forward if you want a little more. If you've had a lot of coffee and you feel like you got extra energy, lift a little higher. Look down, plank position. Make the transition slow, guys. Bend your elbows in half, chaturanga. These are important parts. Upward facing pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. From your down dog, land your right foot forward, crescent lunge. Just bring it up. Yeah, look forward with your eyes. You can always take crescent lunge with your back knee on the ground as a modification. The goal is to have your hip points moving forward. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Step back plank, vinyasa or not. You decide how much you want, what you need. Up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing. Left foot lands, back heel stays lifted, crescent lunge. And just take a second for this first one. It's a little slower. Hip points forward, back leg strong. Look up with your eyes. Hands come down, plank position. Bend your elbows in half to your push-up, upward facing. Legs are strong. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale breath. Keep that weight forward. Exhale, fold. Sit into chair. Weight in your heels. So I taught a class the other day where we took all our beginning chairs with our feet apart. If you like that, that is always there. So you can take it with hips width distance. Weight should be in your heels regardless. And a little up dog in your chest. Arms are nice and straight if you can. Press up to stand. Drag it to prayer at heart center. Drop your arms. Not too many of these guys, so hang with me. Stretch the arms up. Sit again into chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Step or float through your vinyasa. Upward facing. Hips up and back, downward facing. Crescent lunge it is today. Right foot forward, back heel lifted. Bring it up, crescent lunge. Hands come down. You have a choice. You can always just step back to a down dog if you're not into these. When you get to your down dog, left foot lands, back heel high, crescent lunge. Bring it back down when you're ready, plank position. If it's too fast, you slow it down. Up dog. Hips up and back, downward facing. So the good news is we all catch up here and we breathe. So think a little less and feel a little more this morning if possible. Look where you want to go. Step or float feet to the top. Land lightly. Long spine on the inhale, breath. Nice. Exhale, fold. Dara, that was a good one. Sit into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Look forward with your eyes. Press up to stand. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Slide the arms back up. Sit again into chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine on the inhale, step or float through your vinyasa. When you get to your downward facing dog, land your right foot forward for crescent lunge. Your feet are about hips width distance, so if it feels difficult to balance, widen it. Hands come down, plank, vinyasa or not. Left foot lands. Once you get back, crescent lunge. You're just kind of moving at your own pace. Some of us are faster, some of us are slower. It doesn't matter. Hands come down, vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Hips up and back, downward facing. Let your head go. Spread your toes wide. Breathe your hips up off your shoulders and move those shoulders away. Plug down. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Sit again into a chair. Weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Slide the arms up towards the sky. Sit again into a chair pose. Move the weight all the way back into your heels. Yes. Like really sit. Really sit. Keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting. Yes, sit all the way down. Take the feet about hips width distance. Lower yourselves onto your backs. Anchor your feet. Pull your torso up. So it's like a Pilates roll up, just like this. Pilates roll up, just like this. The feet are anchored hips width distance. You're not lifting from your neck. You're lifting from your core. If this is enough for you, you just stay with this. Stay engaged. Lift your legs on an angle, any angle that works for you. Keep lifting. Scoop out your belly. Lower your feet back down. Lift higher, scoop out the belly. Press your feet down. Exhale the breath, let it go. Here we go, guys. Pull yourself up. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle, any angle that works for you. Bend the legs, take the feet flat. Lift higher from your core, like you're scooping out your belly. Exhale the breath, let it go. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. Lower your heels and tap them to the ground if you can or close. You might just lower an inch. Bring them back up. Keep reaching forward with your arms. Bend your legs, take your feet flat. Lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Aren't we having fun? Pull yourself back up. Lift your legs on an angle. Lower your heels. Even if it's an inch, that's fine. If you want more, heels will tap. Lift them back up. The slower you do it, the more you feel. Rebend the legs. Lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Last one. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. Lower your heels, tap them down. Lift them back up. Bend your knees in half, pull yourself up. Boat Navasana, you can grab the sides of your thighs. So my torso is really lifted and my hands are actually grabbing behind my thighs. My knees are bent. Yeah, if you can straighten your legs and reach your arms forward, go for it. Cross your ankles, plant the palms, step or float through a vinyasa. Enjoy the up dog. Don't just blow through it. Hips up and back, downward facing. Anyone with a fireplace should be sweating now because I just got really warm. Glide your right foot forward. Crescent lunge. Pause. Crescent lunge and pause. Hands to prayer at heart center. Lean your torso forward, hook the elbow, take it to the right. Just reminding you all, you can always drop your back knee if this is too much. Grip your right hip underneath you. The feeling is that you're leaning your torso back a little bit. The crown of the head is kind of lining up with your back left heel. And then if you feel that you can open up your arms this morning, go for it. If not, just stay. Activate your back leg more. Feel a strong weight in your right heel. Hug into the center line and twist open a little more as you look up. It's rather better to look up than look back. So look up or look sideways. Stay with it. Take another big breath in. Stay with this. Look down, place both hands to the floor and pause. Walk your right foot to the center. Spring your left foot forward to meet. Come to the fingertips, feet are together. Exhale, fold. Sit into a chair, weight moves into your heels. Drag your hands to prayer. Pray for yourself here. Inhale your breath. Hook your elbow, take it to the right. Again, same direction we just went. Look down, make sure your feet, your shins, and your knees are all lined up. That's the most important part. Get in there. Yes. Keep sitting. You can spread your arms open. You can take side crow today if you like. You can bend your arms down, create like chaturanga-like arms, and a little shelf for your front leg to rest on. Your side leg on your front arm. Sit a little deeper. Weight digs into your heels as you twist open. Look up with your eyes. If you challenge yourself with side crow, lower back down into chair with a twist. Stay strong in your legs. Pull yourself around to chair. Look forward with your eyes. Shoot up to stand. Drag your hands to prayer. Good. Stand tall for a moment, guys. So standing left leg is going to be the power leg. Right leg is just going to bend up like we did in our belly before. Just do that to start. Shoulders are going to draw down the back and you're just going to reach actively with your arms. This could be where you stay today, and this is fine. If you're able to get your ankle, grab with both your hands around your ankles, kind of like a golf grip. You can also use the strap. Pause here. Very upright with your chest. Standing left leg, kind of a little bend. Your two knees are lined up side by side. Ideally, flex your foot. Hug the shoulders. Now, give your right foot a little kick into your hands, just slightly, and then keep that and start to bring your torso down to a warrior three expression. So it's not king dancer, guys. So it's warrior three, yes, and it challenges your balance. And sometimes when I take this pose, I'm just very upright, just working on the upper part of my chest, gripping in, and a strong flex of my foot. And I'm not actually going anywhere. Wherever you are, bend a little into your left leg, drop your torso down a little deeper. Now, release any binds and just reach your arms back and straighten your right leg. So you're in a warrior three. So you're in a warrior three, wherever you are. Take a giant step back. It may not be the prettiest thing. Crescent lunge, left side. And if you need to reset, you reset. Hands to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath. Hook the elbow, let's take it to the left side. Yeah, and if it doesn't feel right, you take a second, you reset yourself, and you find the pose. Open up your arms, if that's where you went. Maybe you backed out and you dropped your knee. There's a leaning back here, tiny bit. Crown of the head lines up with your back heel, back leg super strong. Weight in your standing left heel, grip your hips underneath you and twist open. And right here where you start to feel that burn a little, like you know you're working on a muscular level, breathe. Look down, place both hands to the floor. Pause. Walk your left foot to the center. This is just to set up the alignment. Spring the right foot forward. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold over yourself. Sit again into that wonderful chair pose. Weight into your heels. Good. Hands to prayer at heart. Inhale that breath. Hook the elbow, take it to the left. And then I always say, look down. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing this. Check out your alignment. Make sure it's spot on for today. And then work from there. Side crow is available for you here. If you're going to take side crow, you really got to drop down lower. Bend your elbows. And it's kind of like you're setting up for a side chaturanga. Your weight's going to go forward and your legs are going to rest on your front arm. Nice work. If you experimented with that, just land your feet and meet us back in a chair with a twist. And then pull around to chair pose. Look forward with your eyes, look up even a little. Shoot up to stand, thank gosh. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms, stand still. Just stand for a second. Right leg is gonna stay strong. Left leg's gonna bend up. It's kind of like you're butt kicking yourself. Flex the foot. Reach back actively with your arms. This may be your posture. This is fine. If you'd like to reach and see if you can get one hand and then maybe the other, stand up really tall, two thighs line up side by side, and a strong flex of your foot. This might be where you stay, a little bend behind your right knee. If you're ready to try this on, begin to hinge forward and take a little bit, think warrior 3 with a little bind. Take a dristi, look forward out in front of you a little bit, create a little up dog in your chest. Give a little bit more energy into your hands so you get a squeezing of your shoulder blades. If you have the bind, let go of your hands around your ankle, reach back with your arms, and start to slowly straighten out your left leg so you're in this warrior 3. Good. Take a giant step back, warrior 1. Try it on, warrior 1. Sweep your arms up. You may need to take a second to walk your right foot over and get a little bit of a wider positioning. Warrior 1, back foot is turned enough that the left thigh moves forward, the left waist turns. Drop your arms by your side body. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale your breath, lift your chest. Exhale, come forward, humble warrior. 2 ways to take humble today. Either just simply resting your stomach on your thigh, letting your head and neck be long, or kind of snuggling in there. But when you snuggle in there, your hips keep turning towards the front skinny edge of the mat. So you're not opening up into warrior 2. Strong angle of your back foot, a gentle turning of your left waist moving forward. Keep gripping your right hips in. Embrace the pose. A lot of power comes from your back leg, guys. Press strong through your feet. Start to bring your torso up. Bring your torso up. Unravel your arms straight up towards the sky, warrior 1. Straighten your right leg on track. Scooch your left foot in about 1 inch or 2, so you've about 3 feet. Your arms are reaching straight up. Yeah, so you're setting your feet up for a twisting triangle, so it's a little bit of a shorter, tighter positioning. Good. Right hand comes to your hip, left arm reaches up. Come forward halfway. Find a lot of extension. You have to soften behind your front right knee and then come down for twisting triangle. Hand can rest on the front of the shin or to a block. Either way works. Hand slides to the flat part of the back, look right, and begin to open. Good. So I find a lot of power in this back leg. Contract all the muscles around the kneecap, like really go strong in that thigh. And then feel like someone's got you by like a bungee cord and they're pulling you towards that back wall. Find the extension with the torso, then look up. Stay with it. Draw the navel to the back of the spine, twist open. Look down, place both hands to frame your front foot. So I did this the other day. Basic Parsvottanasana, just a forward fold. Take your left hand and press it on top of your right palm and walk it over to the right. Not so much that you feel like you're moving your hips out of alignment, just enough to feel a little bit of a different stretch. Let your head go. Your arms are fired up, your core is in, and your feet are activating into the mat. The hips have not moved at all. They're in the same position. Let your head go. Scoop out your belly a little. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Good. When you get to your down dog, decide. Plank position through a vinyasa. I'll just stay with this. It's up to you. Step your left foot forward. Step your left foot forward. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Warrior one. Come on up. We don't have to do any weird stuff. We're just going to go right to it. Warrior one. Good. Drop your arms by your side body. Interlace your hands. Inhale that breath. Before you go into it, think about turning your right ribs a little forward. And then exhale, come forward. Humble. So you can rest your stomach on your thigh, or you can gut kind of in there, the nitty gritty, but make sure your right hip continues to turn towards the front edge of your mat. Let the head go. Grip the hips underneath you. Yeah. Bend a little deeper into your front thigh. Press strong through your feet. Use the strength of that back right thigh. Press down and then pull yourself up, unravel your arms to the sky. Warrior one. Straighten your left leg on track and just literally step your right foot in about an inch or two. Get your feet set up. Arms reach big. Side body hugs in. Right hip wraps forward. Left hand to your hip. Come out in front of you, like really find that extension, and then set up for your twisting triangle. A little bit more advanced, you can just grab onto the front of your ankle, pull up on that ankle, but make sure your arms stay straight, and then slide your left arm up. The back leg is creating tremendous strength and support. Beautiful alignment. Really nice, Dara. Twist open. Look up with your eyes. Two more. You're doing great. Exhale the breath, look down, place both hands to frame your front foot. Good. So what's going to happen is your right palm is going to connect with your left palm. Just stack them on top of one another and then slide your hands over to the left. Keep your arms really straight. Keep your hips squared. So if you're turning your whole body, you're coming out of alignment. Back leg strong, front leg have as much bend as you need. Let your head go. Split the hands apart, set them up on the ground, step back, downward facing dog. When you get to your down dog, roll forward, everyone plank. Bend your elbows in half chaturanga. Keep the neck long. Pull yourself through an up dog. If you want, you can add another chaturanga. Plank position. Meet me in a downward facing dog. You're just making sure your guys aren't falling asleep. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Separate your feet hips width distance. Sit into a baby chair. Slide your hands to your hips, guys. Take your right ankle, cross over your left thigh. I'll turn towards you. Do it with your hands on your hips to start. Yeah, because you want to feel your hips move back. So essentially, ankle to knee pose is chair pose. It's just adding a little fancy. Stick your butt all the way back and then keep using your hands to kind of press your hips down. Yeah, that helps me a lot. Then lastly, slide your right hip back, your right thigh back, and flex your right foot strong. A couple different options today. Arms can reach back. You can think of this as kind of like a little up dog and you're flying and kind of hovering, but keep bending into the thigh. Good. You can come into a flying version of this. That's cool. Or hands can come to prayer and you can twist. Elbow hooks to the instep of the foot. Also, you can just reach down and grab blocks. Make this more restorative. It's far from restorative. Keep a strong flex of your foot. Keep bending into that standing left leg. Wherever you are, come back to neutral. Hands to your hips. Press up to stand. Lower the right foot down. Stand tall. Feet or hips width distance and just stand up tall. You got one more in you. Here we go. Hands on your hips. Just drop your seat into a little chair. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. If you think you mixed up the legs, do the leg that doesn't feel like it's been stretched. Keep using your hands, like apply pressure to get down there. Scooch your left thigh and hip back. Flex your foot strong. Guys, I also tell you, you can take this against the wall too. Like if you feel like you just need the stretch, you can take your butt and lean it against the wall. Good. Arms can reach back. You can just practice this, weight in your heel. Or hands can come to prayer, hook the elbow. You can take the twist. This is kind of fun. There's a fun flying version of this. I'm not about to demonstrate it. Yeah. In my next life. Keep bending into that standing leg. Weight moves into your heel and seat keeps moving back. Think chair. Good work. Pull around to center, hands to your hips. See if you can seamlessly come out, feet separate, hips width distance. Stand still. Sweep your arms out and up. Look up with your eyes. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Step or float through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. For the next 60 seconds to 90 seconds, we're gonna go upside down. So forearms are gonna come down to the ground for dolphin pose. You could work into a pincha, which is a forearm stand. You can walk your feet out and work on a forearm stand. You can go to the wall and work on a handstand. If you're in your closet, just be careful, or on a balcony, maybe don't do that. Let me show you one more option for those of you that don't like that. Split your legs open, take your hands on your hips and fold. And you can just drape your arms down. That's an inversion. I actually find that very, very grounding. Yeah, perfect, Jules. Turn your toes in just a tiny bit. And you can even rest your arms on blocks, but keep lifting those hips up. That's great. Nice, Kristen. Now 20 more seconds. Wherever you are, see if you can just breathe. So if you, yeah, lengthen your tailbone, guys. Good, wherever you are, you're gonna start to come out nice and slow. If you're in a wide straddle, such as I'm demonstrating, I'm just gonna pivot around, pivot my right foot. Everyone's gonna drop to their knees and take a very brief child's pose to just center themselves. Good. And then press up into a downward facing dog. Slide your right foot forward, drop your back knee down, guys. You knew this was coming. Yeah. Left palm's gonna go flat, or place your hand on a block. Reach back with your right arm. This may be where you stay. Grab onto your ankle. You could use a strap here around your ankle. And take it in a little twist today. So like look to the right. I'm gonna look towards my fire. And I'm gonna let you be exploratory with this. You could focus on keeping your right foot forward and really hugging your right hip in. Or maybe you want it more lizardy and you can roll to the outer blade and let your right thigh drop open. So kind of just experiment with what feels good. If this is like, oh, this sucks, half pigeon. Just take a half pigeon. We're not taking half pigeon. This is what we're taking. Yeah. See how you're all doing. So what I've been playing with in my practice is my front arm. I'm actually sliding it a little further forward. You could try it and see what happens, even if your hand's on a block. I'll show you what I mean, Julie. So my arm is more forward. Yeah. And then I'm really, it's giving me more of a twist and I'm getting more anchored. Release, curl the back toes under wherever you are, step to a downward facing dog. Pump out your legs, reset, glide your left foot forward, drop your back knee, set up for the other side. So once again, this isn't your cup of tea, half pigeon left side. Right arm's gonna slide a little further out. Your hand can be on a block to elevate you up if you need it. Left arm's gonna reach back. This can be where you stay. Bend at your knee crease. Guys, if the knee is jamming right into the ground, it's gonna feel miserable. So have the back leg on an angle. And then decide what you need. Maybe you wanna roll and get more of that hip opener, like lizardy thing, or you wanna hug it more in like a humble. Maybe you wanna do both. And then just breathe. And wherever you are, wherever you decided to be, don't beat yourself up over it. You're doing something. Two more. Let that go. Place both hands down. Step back, downward facing. Look in between your hands. If you need a vinyasa, by all means take it, but most of us are probably pretty good. Look in between your hands, hop, skip, jump, float, find your way down, sit down. Yeah. Extend your legs out, roll the thighs under you, stretch the arms up, come forward for a seated forward fold. After doing that, it's gonna feel good. Let the head go. If you can't grab your feet, just reach along the sides of your legs. Yeah, and fold. If you want more, you can grab a block and do it like this. Good, let that go. Lower yourselves on your backs. We're gonna set up for bridge and wheel. So just one bridge, one wheel, or two bridges, more restorative. Bend your knees in half, fingertips skim the backs of your heels, tailbone lifts. It may feel pretty good to clasp your hands underneath and kind of shimmy those shoulders for traditional bridge. You want to plug down, press to the sides of your shoulders, the back of your triceps, and lift. Keep turning your thighs under you. Anchor your feet. Yeah. If you want to just go right for it, full wheel pose. I mean, by all means, looks great, Susan. If you're going more restorative, slide a block. Yeah. Sometimes all you need is just to think about it. Exhale the breath. If you're in a set where you need a break, come down. And then let's reset. One more for what we call shits and giggles. Here we go. Flip the palms, chin to chest, giant breath in. Let's go up. Nice. Wrap the thighs underneath you. Straighten out those feet and then breathe from your tailbone to the backs of your knees. Exhale the breath, come out, don't smush the cat. Come down nice and slow. Hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little gratitude there that you're able to do that. And then slide into a happy baby. Grab the outsides of your feet, pull your knees down around your rib cage, and breathe. One last thing, hug your knees to your chest. Yeah, actually do it this way. Slide your left leg out, hug your right knee in, and wrap your right thigh over to the left for a spine twist. So do it this way first. Use your left hand to encourage the right thigh to the ground. And then if you want a little more, bend your left leg up and see if you can reach for your foot. But as you do that, if you notice all your weight rolling to the left, you got to plug your right shoulder blade back down. Good. Let go of the bottom foot, roll up to center, relax the leg out. Let's try the left side. Hug the knee to the chest, give it a good squeeze. You have to lift your hip a little to the left and then drop your knee to the right. Use your right hand to encourage that thigh down. And if you want to try the little add-on, bend your right leg up, reach with your left hand, get hold of your ankle, but just make sure your whole body doesn't kind of topple to the right. Left shoulder blade has to stay down. And then release that bottom foot. Roll up nice and slow, and here we go. This is what we all came for. Set up for Shavasana, complete rest. It is very important to make yourself comfortable for the next minute or two. Let go of your Ujjayi breath. Enjoy. Breathe a really full breath in. And then exhale out through your mouth a really loud breath out. Arms can reach up if you've had enough or you need to get up. Hug your knees to your chest. And bring yourself up in a seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to a prayer. So have gratitude. This is a freaking awesome class, guys. Really great work. Be grateful to be able to move your bodies like this. Lift your prayer, lift your head. Namaste. Go out there, have an awesome afternoon. Those of you who are celebrating Christmas, have a wonderful holiday and a happy new year. I'll see you soon.